Pied Piper of Hamelin.
Once, in the heart of Germany, sat the town of Hamelin. It was a place of immense wealth, with towering cathedrals and markets filled with fine silks. But the people of Hamelin had a secret. They were incredibly lazy and selfish. Because they were so rich, they thought they were above chores. Slowly, they began to dump their trash into the beautiful streets. They tossed rotten meat into the river and left piles of waste behind their mansions. They ignored the smell because they were too busy counting their gold. They believed that their wealth would protect them from any consequence. They were wrong. One moonless night, the first rat arrived. Then 100 followed. Within a week, millions of rats had turned Hamelin into a nightmare. These were not small mice. They were giant, fierce rats with red eyes and sharp yellow teeth. The horror was everywhere. They drowned out the church bells with their squeaking. They climbed into the ovens and ate the bread before it could bake. They crawled into the wardrobes of the wealthy and shredded their expensive dresses to make nests. The townspeople were terrified. They tried traps, poison, and cats, but the rats were too smart and too many.
Come out, Mayor! We demand answers! They're gonna break the door down. I'm doomed.
The people swarmed the town hall, screaming at the mayor to save them, or they would throw him out of office. The mayor was a fat, greedy man who loved nothing more than his gold chains. As he sat trembling in his office, the heavy oak doors slowly creaked open. In walked a tall, thin man. He wore a long coat made of many-colored patches, red, yellow, and orange.
I can rid your town of every rat, but my magic has a price. I want 1,000 gold pieces.
The mayor, desperate and seeing his life at risk from the angry mob outside, jumped up.
1,000? I would give you 50,000. I would give you the city's treasury. Just save us. 1,000 will suffice. But remember, a promise made must be a promise kept.
The piper stepped into the town square. He took a deep breath and began to play. The music was strange, high-pitched, rhythmic, and haunting. Suddenly, the town went silent. Then a low rumble began. From every house, every sewer, and every dark corner, the rats poured out. They moved like a sea of brown fur, mesmerized by the music. The piper walked slowly toward the river Weser. He stepped into a boat and floated into the middle of the river, never stopping his tune. The rats, completely under his spell, plunged into the deep, cold water. One by one, millions of rats drowned until the river was empty and the town was silent. The next morning, the town rejoiced. The people cleaned the streets and rang the bells. The piper went to the town hall to collect his pay, but the mayor had changed. Now that the danger was gone, he didn't want to lose his gold.
1,000 gold pieces? For playing a little tune on a whistle? That is ridiculous. The rats are already dead. They cannot come back. Take this and leave. Or stay, and we shall hang you for trespassing. Promise. You think you have saved your gold, but you have lost something.
The piper stepped back into the street. The sun was setting, turning the town a deep bloody red. He began to play a new melody. This time, the music was sweet, golden, and filled with the dreams of childhood. Suddenly, the doors of the houses flew open. Every child in Hamelin, boys, girls, toddlers, and teenagers, came running out. They were laughing and dancing, their eyes glowing with joy. Their parents tried to grab them, but a magical force froze the adults in place. They could only watch in horror as their children followed the piper. The piper led them toward the great mountain of Koppelberg. As he reached the rock face, the mountain split open, revealing a land of flowers and eternal sunshine. The children skipped inside, and with a thunderous sound, the mountain closed forever. Hamelin was clean. The trash was gone, the rats were gone, but the laughter of children was gone too. The town was left in a silence so heavy that it haunted the streets for 1,000 years. The mayor was left with his gold, but he was the poorest man in the world.